Today I will be showing how to run Langflow and Ollama on local PC. Basically I will be running these applications on my MacBook. At the same time I have also deployed these applications to AWS environment. Now let's take a look. As you all know, you can run these applications in a container. So that's what I'm gonna do as well. So first thing that I'm gonna do is I will run this Langflow version 1.0.19 in a container. For this, here is the command. I'm just running it. So it will take a couple of minutes to come up. Meanwhile, you can also run this command to start your Ollama. I have already done it in this terminal. So Ollama is up as well. So if you want to check if Ollama is up or not, basically you can just hit the URL. So let's check this one. If I just type this, yes, you can see that Ollama is up and running. Okay, let's take a look. How is Langflow doing? It is still coming up. Let's give a couple of more seconds to it. Yes, it says that okay, now it is listening to port 7806. So basically if you go to your port 7860, there you will be seeing that okay, Langflow is up and running. Basically if you give another refresh, it will skip this login page, because by default the login mechanism is not enabled, but you can also enable or disable it with the configurations. So basically Langflow UI is here. As I showed, Ollama is running. Now we need to do one more thing. We need to install some models to Ollama. To do this, you can go to ollama.com library and you can look for some models. Since my MacBook is not so powerful, I will be using Llama 2. If you would like to insert this model to Ollama, what you need to do is just run a very small command. But first, let's see the containers that are running on my PC. As you can see, we started two containers, yes? So the first one is the Langflow, the second one is the Ollama. So I want to go inside of the Ollama. So the docker exec-ti bin bash. Ah, sorry, I have a typo here. I was like, what the heck? Okay, now I'm inside of the container. So as we said, we want to pull some language model to it, yes? The one which my computer can run is llama 2. Basically, this is the command that you need to run. Ollama pull llama. I have already executed this command, so I'm not going to do it another time. So basically, it takes 5 to 10 minutes, depending on your network speed. Once you have performed that, you can go to your localhost, port 11434, where the Ollama is running, and you can check the installed models by typing API/tags. Here you can see the installed models. For example, I have installed Llama 2, and I also have one more. I have installed overall 2 models. Now let's take a look how we can use these Ollama models in Langflow. When I go to Langflow, I would like to create a project first. Let's do that part. And in my project, I would like to have an input, yes? So chat input, and I would like to use Ollama. This is my Ollama. And I would like to quickly see my local IP. This is my local IP. And Ollama is running on port 11434, as we just saw. And if I hit here refresh, it will fetch all the models that Ollama has. And I will be using Ollama 2. Okay. And I would like to also add an output piece here. So I drag and drop here as well. Now the last piece is that we just need to connect these pieces together. Okay, so input will be coming to input section of the Ollama, and the text output will go to chat output. And that's it, guys. By this way, you can run it on your local PC. Let's click play and let's ask a question. How is it going, Langflow? The important thing is that it takes a while. It takes almost 5 to 6 minutes that it's gonna answer to us. Meanwhile, I will show you something else. So I would like to talk about Langflow stores. Basically, seems like the guys have built this piece. You can go to Langflow store, langflow.store, and you can go to settings part of it, and you can generate an API key. Let's generate an API key. Yes, anyways, I'm gonna delete this after, so it's not important that I'm showing them. And let's go to our Langflow, and let's go to store section. Oh no, actually we go to settings, and here there is the store API. Here you would like to basically enter your store API key. By this way, your Langflow instance can talk to Langflow store. And if the store has some useful workflow for you, you can fetch it from there and use it. And you can not only fetch the flows, you can also get some building blocks, so-called components. Let's save this piece. Okay, now Langflow is integrated with the Langflow store. And let's check it if it is true or not. Let's go to store here. Let's search for some components. Let's give it a second. It takes a bit of time. Meanwhile, we can check if Langflow, our bot, is answering to us. Not yet. So it takes a bit of time. Okay, you see there are a number of basically flows and the components here. These flows are the flows that are built by some people. For example, here it is written built by who and how many times it was being downloaded and how many components does it use, etc, etc. And if you would like to import this, you can just click on the button here, the plus sign here, and that's it. You will be able to use this flow. Similarly, basically you can fetch some components. Let's look for a component for a YouTube. Let's see what we have there. Okay, so you see we have also components for YouTube. We have flows for YouTube. Let's investigate both of them. I will get this one and I will also get this one. Okay, now I go to home page of my flow and I should be able to see the flows here that we just got from the store. It doesn't show, maybe I need to give a refresh. Yes. Okay, let's look at inside what we have. You see, it's already predefined workflow that you can just set the parameters and use basically. For now, we will skip this part. Similarly, we have components. Yes, we just fetched this component as well. You can also use this component in your project. Basically, here let's go to our initial project and the components that you fetched from the store or that you developed. It will be showing up here. We got a component called YouTube transcriber. Yes, you can drag and drop and start using it. By the way, all these components are written in Python as far as I know. And if you click on the code section, you can actually change the code. Similarly, you can export this, you can import this, you can basically write your own components and ideally sell it. Okay, let's get rid of this one because we are not gonna need it. Let's check our bot. Okay, the bot is still thinking. As you can see, it is very slow. Meanwhile, I can talk about, I don't know what I guess I can talk about. Okay, let's walk through some other pieces of workflow. Here you can see there are a number of inputs, outputs, and you can also import some prompts. So basically you can customize the behavior of the language model. But to do this, we need to come here, system message enable, so that it will. Okay, here you can basically customize the behavior of the language model, and whenever you type something, whenever you ask something, it will act accordingly. Similarly, there is the data section. As you can see, you can get files, you can get some info from API calls, or you can connect to Gmail, Google Drive, etc. And there are a number of basically models. If you want, you can also connect your flow to OpenAI instead of using Ollama. Basically here you need to subscribe to OpenAI and get an API key and use it here, so that basically you won't be running your own language model, rather you will be using the already hosted solution. But this is not what we want at the moment, so I will just delete it for now. But similarly, you have everything, literally everything here. And there are a couple of more helpers, vector stores. Yeah, that's it. So that's all the thing that I can tell in here. Let's look at our model. If it is answering, still not. Okay, then I need to come up with some other stuff that I can tell. Okay, meanwhile I will show you, basically in the same setup I have it on AWS. Basically here on my local PC, as you know, I was running the Langflow in a container and Ollama also in a container. On AWS, basically I'm now hosting Langflow on a Fargate, which has one CPU, one core of CPU and 2 GB of RAM. And I'm hosting the Ollama on which kind of machine? Here. I'm hosting it on G5X. Basically it has 24 GB of GPU. And now let's interact with that one while we are waiting our on-premise solution. Okay, this is the basically this is the one that I have it on AWS. Let's create a new project from blank. Again, we create a chat, Ollama, and output we want. Let's add one more thing. I would like to customize the behavior of the Ollama. Prompt. Where is prompt? Okay, prompt is here. Okay, so let's connect this to Ollama. And Ollama, I want to give you some system message. Let's give you system message. Okay, here I will say that, okay, act like you don't speak, you don't understand English and you only know, let's say, which language, let's say, okay, German or Dutch, let's say. Okay, and the output should come from this text field to here. I think we are done. Only one part is missing. We need to connect this Ollama to model, and I have global variable defined Ollama internal. So basically, because it is the server where I'm running the Ollama, and that's it. Oh wait, I need to refresh so that it will fetch all the installed models on the Ollama. And here I have installed DeepSeek Llama 3.2. Let's use this one and let's run this agent. Okay, how is it going? Let's see how long will it take for it to answer. Okay, I don't understand you. Please talk English with me. Yeah, basically you see, it works like a charm. Okay, let's go back to our local instance and let's see how is it doing. Okay, after finally like 6 minutes later, it was able to answer. Okay guys, that's it. Basically this was a little walkthrough. Here we saw how to install Langflow locally as well as Ollama, how to import some language models to Ollama and how to run it. Cheers!